I was watching one of my homies' video, Big Brando, and he brought up a really good point. He said, a lot of people are teaching you how to make the shirts, but they're not teaching you how to sell them. And I thought, you're right. So let's talk about it. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you how I personally sell my shirts. Now, before we get started, I do want to clarify one thing. There is a big difference between every single person and the way that they sell their shirts. Everyone sells their shirts differently, everyone markets differently, and for the most part, everyone also makes their shirts differently. Everyone has their own unique little quirks that works for them. So when I post on Instagram some work that I've done for either a returning client or a new customer, I always get a question saying, dude, how do you get your clients? How do you get new people to come to you? How do you get new customers? And I always tell them the same thing. I always tell them that it's fairly easy as long as you give good customer service to your existing customers. Not just to your existing customers, to everyone that you get. Give them a little extra. Give them a little extra something special. Give them an extra item in their orders. You know, if they ordered a bunch of shirts from you, give it to them in 1 or 2 customized tote bags. Or you can give them another tumbler. Sometimes I 3D print, so I've given them some 3D printed goods. It's not necessarily about what you give them. Really, it's just the thought that counts. They're not expecting it, so when they see this little extra something, their face just brightens up and they're very thankful for it. Again, it's not exactly about what you give them, it's the thought that counts. Especially if it's something custom, you know, if they give you a shirt with a particular logo to do on it, and I deliver it to them in a couple of tote bags with that same logo on it, it looks cool, it looks presentable, it looks professional, it's a nice gesture, and it also helps you upsell some products, because when you hand them that bag, they'll know, oh, he doesn't just do t-shirts, he can also do bags. I wonder what else he can do. A lot of times this small gesture can make a one-time customer a repeating customer. Now, what happens when somebody asks them, where did you get that bag? Or where did you get those shirts? They look so nice. They're very nicely made. They're not gonna say, oh, I purchased it from some random website there. They're gonna say, I purchased it from, in my case, Neko Prints. He's a great person to work with, super easy, always helps out. And he even gave me this extra little gift when he gave me my order. Then chances are the other person's gonna say, that's really cool. That seems like a good person to work with. Let me get their information. And right there, boom, word of mouth goes a long way. Now you keep providing that same level of service to every single one of your customers, even though sometimes they can be a hassle. Most of the time, they're gonna keep recommending you to their friends. So the first thing that I suggest is whenever you get a customer, treat them special. Be personal with them, talk to them, laugh with them, joke around with them. Chances are they're gonna like that. It's gonna feel like a more personalized experience and they'll feel more comfortable coming back or just asking you any questions. Always be friendly. Always be nice. Don't be a Grinch. Don't be mean to them. Don't sound annoyed when they talk to you, especially if they ask you some questions that to you might be super easy, but to them, they don't know what's going on. They don't know the t-shirt business like you do. You're the professional in this case, not them. And that doesn't just go for the t-shirt business. That goes pretty much any profession that there is out there. People get hired for their services because they specialize in those services. If I have to adjust an electric outlet, I'm not gonna do that myself. Even though I can easily find out how to do it on YouTube, I'm not gonna do that. That's not my specialty, and I'd rather just not touch that. I'm gonna leave that to the professional. And a lot of times it also has to do with convenience. You know, people don't have time to do something, so they call you. Which brings me to my next point, and that's offering multiple products or services. When I'm selling my t-shirts, I'm not only selling t-shirts, I also sell transfers. I've sold in the past DCF transfers as well as sublimation transfers and even some heat transfer vinyl transfers. Yes, there is actually a market out there and there's people that will pay you to be able to cut their HTV, weed it, so that way all they have to do is press it. Sometimes they don't even need you to weed it, they just need it to be cut because either A, they don't have the time to cut it, which when you think about it, if they don't have the time to cut it, they probably don't have the time to weed it either, but it happens. Or B, they don't have a cutter and just want to press their own shirts. It's not an extremely common thing, but I have gotten requests for that. And once again, going back to my first point, give them good customer service, give them a little extra something, maybe throw in 1 or 2 extra transfers, and they're gonna appreciate that. Chances are they probably have some other friends in the t-shirt business that are gonna ask them where they got their transfers from and they're gonna recommend you. So trust me when I say that word of mouth goes a long way when selling your t-shirts or services. My third suggestion is get on Google. Make sure that you have a Google business page. I've gotten a ton of calls from people that just Google custom t-shirts in my area and my business profile comes up. And they've told me, the moment I pick up the phone and say hello, they tell me, hi, I'm looking for custom t-shirts. I Googled and your number came up. Do you offer this service? It's a lot more common than you think, and having a Google listing can really help you out. It's not too long or hard of a process. It's really easy to do. You just sign up with Google. I'll have the link down below if you want to check that out. Just go through the process. You're gonna need to get verified with your address, and that's pretty much it. Once you have your Google listing page up though, make sure that you upload pictures. You always want to upload pictures to your Google business page because that's going to be your social proof, as well as ask people that have purchased from you to leave a review. That majorly adds to the social proof. Social proof is everything. And if people that are searching up your business see that you have 4 or 5 stars and you have good reviews to back it up, as well as pictures especially, then they're gonna feel really comfortable getting on the phone or texting you and starting an order. Now this next one is actually really common. You know, everyone says to do this, but a lot of people don't do this, and that's post on social media, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. Post on social media so that way your products and services can get in front of the eyes of people that you already know or new people that could potentially be peeking at your profile. It also gives you the opportunity to have your work shared with others. If somebody sees something they like, there's a big possibility that they're going to hit that share button and either send the link to their friends, post it onto their stories, maybe even repost it. It's not a lot of work to snap a couple pictures, put it on your story or your posts. Yeah, sometimes it can get tedious, it gets tiresome, it gets annoying, but trust me, it's worth it. The same way that people have found me through Google Business, they have also found me through Instagram. Now, speaking about Instagram, when you hand a customer their order, always ask them to tag you. Ask them whenever they take any pictures, upload them to their stories or upload them to their posts, and please get tagged. When you get tagged in the posts, that increases your exposure by a lot. Especially now that Instagram has this new feature where you can add a collaborator. That is absolutely amazing. I love doing that because whenever somebody's added as a collaborator, whether it be the person that posts or the person that's being tagged, that post gets posted on both profiles. So if I post a picture of my work and I tag X as a collaborator, that post is going to show up on my profile as well as theirs. And it's going to show both our Instagram handles as collaborators that posted the post. Now, Instagram aside, I did mention a little bit of TikTok, but I want to emphasize post on TikTok. TikTok brings tons of new eyes. Their algorithm works in a way where they just post your stuff to random people's profiles or their feeds. And if they like it, they reshare it, like it, comment, whatever it may be. And if it's good, you get enough interactions, then it's going to be posted to a bunch more people and you have a chance of going viral. It can be hard to go viral in TikTok, but trust me, there's always a possibility of that. And it's a lot easier than going viral on Instagram. Don't discard TikTok. I know before it used to be just an app where people go to dance, but now there's a lot of information on there and there's a lot of marketing. Just look up the hashtag TikTok maybe buy it, and then you're gonna see tons of videos with that, and a lot of those videos have a lot of interactions. Just make sure that whatever you post, whatever video you end up putting, you make it fun, unique, and don't just do it once, post multiple times. Going back to social media, let's talk about Facebook. You can post on Facebook groups as long as it's relevant. Let's say Mother's Day or Father's Day is coming up and you've joined a few local buy and sell groups for your area. So you can go on those types of groups, make a post offering your services, showing some work that you've done for that particular occasion, maybe some Mother's Day shirts or some Father's Day tumblers, maybe some mugs, and offer relevant services. Don't be offering something for Christmas when Mother's Day is coming up. Also, don't be spammy when it comes to these kinds of things. Don't go into every single group and just start posting nonstop or going into people's comments and offering your services, because that gets annoying and that's actually going to be hurtful towards your business. People aren't going to want to shop with you. They're going to just look at it and they're going to be indifferent towards it. So they're just going to keep scrolling. So yes, post in the buy and sell groups, but don't spam it and be relevant to what's either going on or the post that you're commenting on. Now, what about those groups that don't let you post your services? The ones that are just niche towards a particular group. Let's say an anime group. If I'm part of an anime group on Facebook and either it's tailored specifically to Dragon Ball or it's just a generic group based around all anime, then you can't really go on there and just start blatantly selling. It doesn't work like that. More than likely what's going to happen is that your posts are either going to be deleted, they're not going to be approved, or you can ultimately get blocked. So when it comes to those spaces, how do you market your products there? I have a lot of generic anime t-shirts that I think people would like. So how am I going to offer it to that group? There's a few ways you can do this. For one, you can make a shirt, put it on, and then just post something with the shirt in the background. A lot of people are going to look at it and they're going to think, oh, that's a pretty cool shirt. Where'd you get it? Now, don't just put on the shirt, take a picture and say, look at my new shirt, or look at the shirt that I made, or get this t-shirt at this particular website, because that's not going to work. Sometimes there's some pretty interesting posts, right? Where they ask, oh, let me see your anime tattoos, or let me see your anime t-shirts. In those cases, that's when you can start to go on there and show off your products. Oh, let me see your anime tattoos. You can post a picture of your relevant anime tattoo and just have your shirt in the background. You know, it could be something super simple, something just like this, where you're just standing, you have what they asked for, the tattoo in the frame, and you also have your shirt in the frame. So yes, the main focus is going to be here, but people's eyes are also going to drift over here. Now, that's not going to work every single time, but at least it can get your product in front of the eyes of new people. And remember, everything that I'm talking about in this video, it doesn't 100% work 100% of the time. Don't expect to implement all these steps and just immediately start getting an insane amount of orders. It's not like that. I mean, it can be if a post goes viral, but be realistic about things and expect to get a few things coming in, and then expect that traffic to start coming in more and more often as you continue practicing. Now, what about if you literally just started your t-shirt business a week ago? What are you gonna do then? Start making some samples. Make samples, message your friends, especially the ones that have their own businesses. Tell them that you started your business, that you're making custom t-shirts, custom polos, whatever it may be, and they're gonna be your first customers. Those are the people that are gonna start exhibiting your work, and that's how word of mouth is gonna start traveling. But you can't just open up an Instagram, take a couple pictures, post it, and expect to get a bunch of followers or a bunch of orders, because nobody's gonna know about that Instagram. Talk to your friends first, talk to some family members. Again, look for people that have their own businesses, because those are the ones that, in my opinion, in my case, are the ones that got me started. And then ask them to repost it, ask them to tag you on Instagram, tell them to check your Google business page, leave an honest review, post some pictures. All that stuff starts adding up. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight, even though it can. Don't ever disregard that. It's possible. You can find success overnight. Is it likely? Unfortunately, no. For businesses to blow up overnight, you know, it takes a lot of luck. You need to go viral. There's just too much to it. So don't go into the t-shirt business, or any business for that matter, thinking that you're gonna find success overnight. Always plan to grind, because from what I've noticed is a lot of people start their businesses expecting to be making hundreds of dollars within the first few days, thousands of dollars within the first few weeks, and hundreds of thousands within the first year or two. And the majority of the time, that's not the case. These kinds of things take time. It's a grind. Ultimately, it's worth it, especially if it's something that you like. Just be happy with what you're doing, because ultimately, that's what's gonna make the grind a lot easier. It's gonna make it feel as less of a grind. It might not even feel like a grind, because you're gonna be enjoying every step of the way. So those are a few of the ways that I sell t-shirts, particularly in person. This video didn't cover my online sales, my online store. I'm gonna leave that for another video. So if you don't wanna miss out on that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification, so that way you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, if you found this video enjoyable, or you liked it, or it helped you out in any way, smash that like button. It truly helps the channel. As always, huge thank you to all of you for being here and watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.